So today, instead of working on the broken car, the multiple broken cars, we're actually going to rank all of the non-M BMW 3 Series generations. This is all subjective.
Yeah.
These are opinion-based. And if we get anything wrong, let me know because I like to learn.
We're not experts.
Yeah,
I mean, we're very,
very far from
very
it.
far from experts, but we are very interested. And obviously, if you guys know something that we don't, because I'm sure we're gonna miss a lot of it, you guys can just let us know.
This is Owen, also known as Sizzle Media on Instagram. I'll put your tag.
You can throw it up like right here.
I'll put your tag on the thing. Yeah, it'll probably be in the description or something if I remember. I guess I was going to start this YouTube channel as just working on my cars and driving them, but I think talking about them is equally as cool.
Yeah, I agree. Talking about them, and obviously we have limited knowledge, but just talking about the cars and I don't know, sit down, have fun rather than wrenching and throwing tools around because we couldn't fix the car.
Yeah, I think this could be a little relaxing break from the usual nonsense.
Relaxing from working on the beautiful car behind us that needs a clutch and doesn't have the intake manifold, and the hood doesn't open and close, and the windows don't roll up and down.
All right, we don't need to think about that.
But instead of doing that, we're gonna rank all the non-M BMW 3 Series.
Only non-M. If this was M's,
it'd be very different.
That one would be on the top, and the rest would just be on the bottom.
Subjective. Like we said, it's all opinion-based and very subjective.
Well, the E21. What do we know about it? Not a whole lot. I knew about this because of M539 restorations, and that is the extent of my knowledge. However,
yeah, I don't know much about this. I know it's the first 3 Series.
From 1975 to 1980. We'll cut that out. Let's put that. The E21. The E21. Okay. The E21 from 1975 to 1983. It came with 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders, and I believe 4 or 5 speed manuals, and it was the direct successor to the new class, the O2 series. So this is the first 3 Series. This is where our 3 Series got its name, its debut, because before that they had some weird naming system that I don't quite understand. This is when it started to get real. This is when it started to get recognizable.
Sorry.
I mean, this is the first. This is this
is
where it began. It had technology from the 60s, and it also started stuff that would be carried on like 20 years later.
Yeah.
So, in a way, I would say that's a pretty solid start.
I feel like it would go right in the middle.
Give us a solid C.
I would say a solid C. I don't think it's anything like... I mean, it is the first 3 Series, but I don't think it's anything too special.
In a way, it's very important, but it's often overshadowed by its younger brother, the E30. And I think a C would be more than fair.
I mean, personally, I don't know a whole lot about them, but...
I don't either, but...
If I did, they'd probably be a lot more cooler and a lot more interesting.
But the E30 was made from mid-80s to 1994 is the last wow. E30.
First generation to have an M car. Even though this is non-M, it is the first generation to have an M car.
That's probably why it's overshadowed, too, because the E30 is the first M3, and in a way, that's where people are like, okay, the M3, and then its little cousins, the regular 3 Series. You could get them in diesel. BMW's first ever all-wheel drive car was in the E30, the 325iX, which is very cool. Old school all-wheel drive technology. But
what were the trim levels for these? Like the different model numbers?
So you could get them as low as a 316 carbureted, so no I. All the way up to a 325i and 325iX. They could be had with.
These came with the IS. You get a 325 IS.
325 IS, that is correct.
And then you could get an E as well. The E's were like more emissions based, right?
That stood for ATA. It had a lower redline and almost diesel-like torque because it was a bored out, I believe it was bored out version of the regular M50. The E30 is solid. I wouldn't say it's, spectacular.
Yeah.
By modern standards, it's an old classic car. They're going to have problems nowadays, but I mean, this is where we started rolling into BMW means something as a household name.
Yeah.
And
they gained more traction. They got more popular.
It's kind of where it kicked off. I feel like a B would be fair.
A B. Because it's not perfect. It's not anything, the non-M's are not anything, crazy great. But it's better than E21.
And personally, I believe the proper engine in a 3 Series is a straight 6.
I agree.
And since the M did not have a straight 6, it was just a 4-cylinder. For collector reasons, I'd take an M3. But as a car I'm willing to drive around and show, I think a 6-cylinder with even the M20 BMW engine, their hallmark has always been the straight 6, and that's their identity.
Yeah, I agree.
But regardless, I think a B tier is more than fair. Now E36, this might be a hot one. Because this is the start of more modern design.
Yeah.
It got bigger. The E36 was definitely bigger than the E30. But the problem is quality, too. I feel like E30s were kind of built like tanks. And, stuff just worked.
Yeah.
E36, they started integrating, like, recycled plastics. Things like that.
Yeah,
they fall apart.
All that fucking garbage.
You got their door cards are falling off. I mean, it's hard to find a good E36 out there for less than $7,000.
Yeah,
I would say.
Clap boxes that are getting drifted.
Clapped, yeah. They've become incredibly popular tuning platforms.
Platform.
Now,
especially with the M50 and the M52, very tunable. Very capable with turbos, given that they're an iron block.
I guess in a way, that would bring it up.
I think we should add tunability into the account because, like, in today's world,
nobody's keeping them stock anymore.
No,
nobody's keeping them stock. They're all doing their own thing. At the end of the day, parts availability for E36 through E90, I would say, is just phenomenal.
Oh my god, so much aftermarket support. Even with like the newer ones, so much aftermarket support. I mean, even if you're doing something crazy like a full turbo build, whatever, or if you're just doing headers in a tune, like my gracious E46 we have behind us. Either way, great cars. Great cars. I mean, they have the 316 and the 318, which are both 4 cylinders. Which, I mean, those are so great, but they're obviously not as good as the 225 with the M50 and the 328 with the M52.
I agree. The 4 cylinders are just greatly overshadowed by their 6-cylinder counterparts.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I think the E36, as a tuner platform, S tier. All day. S tier.
All day. 100%.
But I think the aging quality, or I guess the quality originally and the fact that it's aging now.
And the availability to be able to pick one up these days,
I think that pushes it down to a B for me. I think
that's fair.
I mean, your door cards are probably not intact if you own one of these, or they might be falling apart.
Or it's just thrashed by some kid who... No hate to people that drift BMWs. We are all for drifting BMWs, believe me. But... most of them you're going to find, prices are so much more expensive now because most of them that you find are some kid who probably ripped it around big.
It's probably totaled by this point. It's probably had about 25 owners.
It's got 200,000 miles, 25 owners. The engine bay's fucking green. Your valve cover's blue.
Yeah. So I would say that in itself maybe puts it around a B for me. Now E46. I mean, this is our bread and butter here.
Bread and butter.
The E46 is...
Can we overlay a picture of all the E46s at the shop? If we can just boom, 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 throw them up on the screen, just like that. E46.
Everyone in this shop and also past members has owned an E46, and in a way, I mean, that's just a call sign to its versatility. I mean, at the end of the day, extremely tunable, extremely tossable, 50-50 weight distribution, which is always been a thing on BMWs, but around this mark, I would say they started to move away from that. E46, I think...
I mean, I would say, to go off on another tangent again, there are a lot of them you find are pretty beat, like the E36. They've been drifted. They're pretty beat up.
They're getting there.
I would say probably not as bad as the E36, but
definitely not.
But they're getting there.
They're getting there.
In due time, they will definitely be there. They're very, very popular right now.
They'll be just as thrashed. The market is going to rise as long as people keep tracking these cars, and I think that could be said for basically all of these. I think besides the E21 and maybe the E30, people aren't typically tracking those as much as 36, 46, and even E90s are gaining in popularity. But E46s could be had with absolutely multitude of configurations. You could get a wagon, a sedan, a coupe, a compact if you're in Europe. And
convertible.
I'm sorry if you ever have to see one of those. They're atrocious.
Unless you put an M3 front end on there. Shout out.
M3 front end on a compact is okay, but all in all, I don't think the compact deserves any gold stars.
We could just skip over.
We'll just pretend the compact doesn't exist. And in the U.S., I guess it doesn't exist. But
no, only in Europe.
E46. You could get it with an M52 for the 323, I believe, and the 328.
And then the M54 B25 and the 325, and then the M54 B30 and the 330, which is a great turbo candidate, just like the M50 and the M52. Me personally, I would love to get one in turbo in my car. Like the E36, tuner-wise, great car, S tier, and the N52 TU and the M54s, tuned or not, they're reliable as hell.
They're essentially bulletproof. You got to be a real idiot if you're gonna blow one of these up. We got a little story about something similar coming up.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I believe E46, I think, as a whole, they perfected what these cars had started, and
they built upon it.
They
made it better.
I would say it's the last fully analog. There's no screens in your face, unless you got the optional nav, which is pretty cool. But at the end of the day, E46 is the last of the greats, and it is the last of the golden era BMW 3 Series, and I think that just earns it a spot on S tier.
S, 100%.
Now we move on to the...
I gotta go for it. Sorry.
A little water break. Now E9X. That's E90, E91, E92, E93. Sedans. It's a car. Like if you picture a car, there's a good chance it's an E90 sedan because it's just a car. E91. We both have those.
Wagon. Station wagon.
It's a wagon.
Peak. It is peak.
We just went over this. It is so cool. They're great. E92 coupe.
Those are good. Very popular.
They're good. It's like awesome. They're just awesome. 335s they're nuts if you feel like spending $20,000 on making them reliable.
And then E93.
E93s. They're heavy, they're verts. I'm a convertible enjoyer myself.
You own one.
If we're talking about driving pleasure, you can have a lot of driving pleasure driving a vert. I know that. I have a convertible E46. They're great, but for daily driving, I would definitely say a wagon or sedan. Insurance is probably going to be cheaper too than on a coupe or convertible. And then just chassis rigidity. Anything sedan, wagons are pretty rigid too, and the coupes are more rigid than both. The convertible, a cruiser, perfect. I think the engines, at least in the States here, we were pretty much just limited to 6 cylinders, and then obviously the MV8, but we're not going to talk about that.
And then there was the 4-cylinder and the 320.
The 320 WTCC.
Yes. Yeah.
We also didn't get that in the States.
We didn't? No?
No, we did not.
I didn't know that. I mean, the 6 cylinders we got were the N52.
N52 is God's motor.
God's
N52
motor.
is absolutely God's motor, but we have a little story about
Little story.
N53 we didn't get in the States. It is, you're combining N54 reliability with
N52 power.
N52 power.
They're junk.
You don't want one of those. I'm glad we didn't get them in the States.
And then we got God's motor, the N54. Single turbo. Oh my god.
So,
yes.
N54. A lot of
Fuck a
people,
B58. Any day of the week, give me an N54. Big single turbo B58, big single turbo N54. I'm taking the N54. Wiping everything on the street. Bring me an S65. Bring me an S55. Bring me an S58. Bring me an S54. In a single turbo N54, I am cleaning the streets. I don't care if you're in a B8 Audi with a 3.0T. I don't care if you're in a 4.0T. I am wiping anything on the street with a single turbo N54. Given the high pressure fuel pump is done and my injectors don't try to wash my cylinders.
What he said. Reliability aside, the N54, it was BMW's second turbocharged motor ever, I believed.
No, it was first.
The 2002
First mass produced.
First mass produced.
Yes.
Turbocharged motor. I think they rushed it. I think if it went through more developing, it would have been a lot more reliability. 300 horsepower stock is nothing.
It was like 330, I believe.
330 in the IS. Now, 300 horsepower stock is nothing to laugh at.
No.
My N52 made 215 stock. His made 230 stock.
230. But I mean N52 very reliable.
N52.
For the most part.
It's kind of a angel versus devil situation. Your angel is telling you, get an N52, it'll run for 400,000 miles without a single issue. Unless you starve it of oil.
So a little backstory. When you do your oil changes, make sure you take your time and you're very careful. This really goes with anything when you're working on your car. But little rookie mistake. I was doing my oil change and my seal on the oil filter housing didn't set the right way, and I was being pretty stupid and all my oil leaked out. And we did the rod bearings because there was a lot of metal in my oil after that, and a week later I spun a rod bearing. So be very careful when you do your maintenance. Take your time. All right.
Don't be an idiot.
Genuinely,
just don't be stupid.
Don't, because you will, and then be ending up spending thousands of dollars getting a new engine, putting it in. A lot of time too. It's a lot of wasted time that you don't want to spend. Other than that, given that you don't mess it up, N52 is a great motor.
N52, realistically, it'll run for 500,000 miles, no issues. There are documentations of unopened N52s running for, I think, up to 450,000 miles with, again, not opening the engine. As with any aging BMW, take care of your cooling system. Brittle plastics, that it'll blow up your engine.
Keep up on your oil changes.
As soon as you overheat it or as soon as you starve it of oil, you're going to have problems. But if you just take care of your vehicle...
This really goes with any vehicle.
Any vehicle in general, but BMWs in particular. Plastic cooling systems, everything ages. Nothing lasts forever. And I think considering the N52's reliability and the sheer power, like headroom of an N54, even the N55 and later 335s.
N55s, once again, not as good as the N54, but N55s are great motors. Everyone dogs on them. Oh, they suck. They're not. They're more reliable than N54. They don't make as much power, but they're still a great motor. They're an even better motorsport engine too. You know, I'm so sick of seeing people online being like, "Oh, N55, or you're so slow, it sucks." They're not. They're good engines. Slow. You can make good power.
Nobody's using 500 plus horsepower on the street anyway. No. It's just unrealistic.
I mean, you swap out that twin scroll for some pure 700s, pure 600s.
I would say, given we only got 6 cylinders for non-M cars here. In Europe, you're going to find 4 cylinders everywhere. 320D. The base, the lowest of the low. 318Ds. We didn't get those in the States. BMW in the States is a luxury manufacturer. In Europe, that's like your Ford. You could get a Ford Fiesta or a BMW 320d. And at the end of the day, here in the States, BMW is a higher end brand.
And you could also, for diesels, we did get the 335D with the M57. Great car.
Awesome car.
Great car. Sounds great. Reliable. You can make like freaking 600 foot-pounds of torque if you like tune and delete it. It's crazy. Crazy.
They are crazy. I'm not a huge diesel guy, but at the end of the day, they sound wicked.
Sound better than a lot of trucks.
They sound better than most trucks, I would say. I think our E9X, given the N52's reliability, the N54's headroom, and just the look of the car too.
It looks great.
It's a good looking car. Honestly, a facelift E90, it looks like something that could be sold today. The pre-facelift, it's a little ugly. I have one.
A little dated.
It's a little dated looking. I wouldn't say it's ugly. It's just showing its age. Facelift could be sold today. Nobody would bat an eye. I think it's only fair. I think we're a little biased because we own
them.
We own both E46s and E9Xs. I think it could still deserve an S.
S, 100%. Looks good, drives good. You can get them in rear-wheel drive like any other BMW. You can get them in manual. Such a fun driving experience. Even with the 335IS, you can get a DCT with the N54.
Good cars.
Great,
very good cars.
And you see them everywhere. They're so easy to get to. They're not beat to shit like the E36 and the
Not
E46.
yet. They aren't beat.
Not yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're going to get there.
It's just the BMW life cycle. They're all gonna come around and get beat. Unless you got that kid in that shitty base model with like no exhaust on it at all, and it just sounds like shit.
I also forgot to mention the N52 is an easy upgrade. The 3-stage intake manifold from a 330i. That'll bring you right up to 330i power with just a intake you could find at a junkyard and a tune you can get for free on the internet. I personally did that to my own car. I'm up to stock 330i power, and it's just as reliable as the day it came out of the factory, just because it is a factory BMW mod, I would say.
Exactly. And proven recently too, N52s can handle boost. I know on the internet a lot of people knock them and be like, oh, you know, they suck, they're slow, you can't make any power. But a lot of videos have been coming up recently. People they make supercharger kits for them. I saw a video the other day. Some guy, he changed the gap on the piston rings or whatever. He even reused the head studs, which is crazy. Put a turbo on it, and he made like 500 wheel horsepower out of a stock N52 with a turbo.
And the N52 is incredibly light as well.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like, what, 400 pounds?
It is a magnesium aluminum alloy block. It's an aluminum inner block with a magnesium outer block. So it's extremely light, extremely rigid, especially for being an open deck design. And just with the reliability, great platform in general. They did start to get more complicated, but I still think the S tier is fair. Now,
it only makes sense.
The F3X. This is where my opinion starts to wane a little bit. However, you'll see these everywhere. They're in that market right now where an F30 can be had for around $20,000 or less. So you're going to have a lot of people buying these as just daily drivers right now. The 4 cylinders, the base models went from 6 cylinders in the E90s to 4 cylinders for the lower trim models.
The good old N20.
N20. That's, I feel like that's a little bit of a catastrophe that's worth mentioning. Timing chain failures.
First ever turbo 4-cylinder.
It's
terrible.
They are disasters. They can be had reliable. Get one with good maintenance history, I would say.
History.
Just keep up with your own maintenance too. That's with any car, but especially an N20. Now, you could also get a 335i with an N55. Now the N55.
And with ZF8 transmission.
The ZF8 transmission.
Call me a dick rider. ZF8 transmission is probably one of the best modern transmissions.
It's lightning quick.
Lightning quick, and you get the comfortability of driving a normal car. Like when you were to drive like an M car with a DCT, it's kind of jerky. It's kind of, it's more motorsports based. A ZF8 it's still a great quick shifting transmission, but it's smooth. It's more casual based for the regular consumer. Hence why they switched them into the M cars instead of DCTs.
Just reliability too.
Reliability too, yeah.
Torque converter automatics have been around since what, the 50s now?
Yeah.
And there's a reason they haven't changed so much besides adding more gears, I would say. They're just good transmissions in general. Now, the engines, obviously the N20. I'm not sure of the other ones. N47, I believe, or N45. 4 cylinders, I'm not too experienced on.
Actually, fun fact, when I used to have my Audi, my 3.2 V6, I actually lost a race to a kid in an N20 X1, and that'll forever be the biggest failure of my life.
No.
I'll be honest, that shit was so embarrassing.
It is a modern turbocharged engine compared to a old, tired Audi V6. However, performance, quote-unquote performance aside, the N20 is kind of a train wreck. Now, again, like I said before, I think the engine you want in a 3 Series is going to be a 6-cylinder.
100%.
And that can be said for the F30 in general. Early cars, 335 has the N55. And then the later model 340s, those got the famous B58. We got Owen over here.
Every TikTok kid loves the B58. I will say, it's a proven powertrain, very great motor, very reliable, very tunable. But the glaze on these engines are crazy.
It's astronomical. At the end of the day, it's a modern engine. It's going to have modern engine problems. A lot of plastic parts are beginning to show their face. Their ugly little faces in the engine bays. First gen B58s are known to have issues with, I believe, a plastic oil filter housing.
Yeah, and I think with the B58s and I think F chassis N55s, they had plastic charge pipes. Those would break, causing you to lose boost. A lot of companies sell upgrades where they're metal ones and whatnot. But.
Like we said, aftermarket support, you can remedy all of these problems that we're mentioning. Besides the N20, just don't get one.
Stay away.
I mean, if you're not beating it, maybe get one. But at the end of the day, the proper engine in a 3 Series is a straight six. I think we can both agree. Now, this is when BMW split the 3 and 4 Series. Coupes and convertibles are now 4 Series. But I would still rope those into the 3 Series category because we did that for the rest of them.
Yeah.
The coupes and convertibles, it's a 3 Series, but they call it a 4 Series.
Just has 2 doors. Some people like to think online as well that they're 2 completely different cars. They're not. They're the same engine, the same drivetrain. The unibody is, one has 2 doors, one has 4. But they're...
At the end of the day,
trust the internet experts. They are the same.
If you lift the skin off of it, it's the same thing. F3X 3 and 4 Series, obviously sedan, wagon, coupe, and convertible. Then you get
and we also got the
Grand Coupe.
The Grand Coupe
and the 3 Series GT.
The 3 Series GT is the ugliest F chassis car I've ever seen in my whole life.
The 4 Series Grand Coupe, it is a 4-door version of a 2-door version of a 4-door version car. I don't quite understand why you won't just get a 3 Series.
I will say though, it looks good.
It looks.
I mean, maybe good is an overstatement. It looks fine. It looks normal. I wouldn't bat an eye, but like you said, it's a 4-door version of a 2-door car that's based off of a 4-door car.
I don't quite understand why they didn't do that. I think if you want a 4-door F chassis, just get a damn 3 Series.
An F30, it's the same thing.
Maybe
you have a little bit of space. I mean, I guess you have the
lift back. I can see how it might be cool. Now, where do we want to put this? Because this is when they started to put screens in your face. A lot of things were integrated.
I mean, I'm not a screen hater. I love me a little bit of Apple CarPlay. Throwing up them Google Maps on a screen is pretty nice.
But now you're adjusting your AC and you're doing it in a screen.
Well, not yet with the F30. They didn't. That's more of the G20.
Okay. So
I would give it. I'm biased. I'm not as a stickler for newer cars. I mean, I would give it
I'd say a solid B.
A B.
I think a B would be fair.
It's
maybe
a B.
Maybe I think a B would be fair. It's nothing crazy. It's not bad. I would say we've come a long way from the E21. It's not the first 3 series anymore. They've kind of figured it out by now. I would say.
Well, I would sure hope they would figure it out by now.
Yeah.
It's been friggin' how many years?
30 years by
30
then.
years.
40 years. Yeah, 40 years by then. So I guess I would say B is fair for the F chassis. I wrote that F a little funky. That's okay.
As I'm reflecting on this list, I think we should move E36 up to A.
You think E36 deserves an A?
I agree. Because I think the E36 is better than the E30 and the F30. I mean, yeah, some of them are beat to hell and they're kind of hard to find. But overall...
That's not BMW's fault.
Overall, as a general car, tunability not... I think it should be A.
I think that's fair.
That's fair.
I think we'll put
We'll
E36.
re-rack a little change.
Especially after your E36 M3 ranking, I think we deserve.
Yeah.
I think we deserve to give the E36.
I mean, the 328. That video will come out on Instagram at some point. Maybe YouTube Shorts. I don't know. The 328 damn near is basically the M3. I mean, given like suspension and stuff is different, and maybe a little bump up in the horsepower and the tune, but I mean, the E36 M3 and the 328. Squint your eyes. It's the same car.
The G2X. Frankly, I don't like them. I don't like newer cars, especially, anything made after, 2018 is just a no-go for me. But the B58 can be had in the G2X.
B58. And the, as of more recent, and some of the F chassis cars too, I guess we forgot to mention, is the B48. B48 and B58 are both great motors. Great motors. I mean, you can get the G20 330 and then the M340. They're both great motors. You can both have them in rear-wheel drive. I don't know about the 330, but I know with the M340 you can get them in a manual transmission. Screens in these are a little much though. Digital dash, big screen. Then once you get to the...
I don't need an IMAX theater in my car.
No.
I prefer to actually be able to look at the road and drive without having a screen in my face.
And with these newer cars, I want to drive the car. I don't want the car fucking driving me. At this point, with all the damn computer shit in there.
If the car can tell me no when I want to turn the steering wheel, I ain't driving it. I don't want to go over the G20 too much because it's not my niche. It's a lot of people's niche. People are doing crazy things with these M340s, pulling insane power numbers out of them.
And I guess in parallel to around the same time, the Toyota Supra with the B58. I personally know someone from around here in the Buffalo area that's pushing 1,200 horsepower out of B58 and Supra. I mean...
They're proven motors. The chassis...
Looks-wise, I'm sorry to cut you off. Looks-wise, though, I think they look pretty good. For a newer car, they look good, especially, the M Sport on the 330 and obviously the M340s. Pre-facelift, post-facelift. I think they both styling look aggressive. Arguably, put me up against the wall. I think the M340 facelift looks far better than the G80, but that's just
I think
me.
You're right. I think the regular-sized kidney grills are a win.
Not them giant ass.
The snouts, the
pig
nostrils.
snouts. Trying to sniff my fucking.
I gotta
ass
say,
hairs.
I'll give credit where credit's due. It is refreshing to see a sedan wagon. I guess we don't get wagons in the U.S., but even a sedan on the road, sedans and coupes, instead of a SUV, pickup truck, whatever. It's refreshing seeing a regular sized vehicle on the road, a regular car. But that doesn't move it up the list for me. I personally would put it around a C. I think
it's a B.
A B?
A solid B. They're great cars. It's like the F30, but just better. Styled better. Second, third gen B58 are better. I would take a B48. I mean, I guess you could get some F chassis cars with the B48. B48 is miles better than the N20.
B48, I would say it's up there. N52 reliability.
I would say the only downside to the G chassis is the interior. Too many screens. If I have to go into a menu in a screen to change my AC settings, that's junk.
I'm going to be a little pissed off.
I understand a little screen, some buttons. But if I have to physically change the screen to change the air, if I want my toes to be blown on the AC when I'm driving barefoot, get rid of that.
Driving barefoot?
You don't drive barefoot?
I
Drive barefoot. I got them turf floor mats. Kind of grip the grass with your toes. It's unreal experience. I recommend everybody tries using turf floor mats.
This might be our first disagreement here because I still don't believe it's. I would say, just for the lack of screens, being able to drive the car more, I prefer the F30. But from a reliability and modernization standpoint, the G does win.
I would put it between B and C.
I would say between B and C is where I was gonna go with it.
Yeah, I'd rate it on the line.
And that'll be our first, probably our only
disagreement.
Our only disagreement here. I mean, this list is kind of looking how I was expecting it to. It's fair. I think the G20 in the future, it could have some, crazy breakthrough, 2,000 horsepower crazy builds.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, with the B58.
For now, it's a car you're going to see a grandma driving, and it's a car you're going to see an annoying TikTok kid with broccoli hair driving. And
X-Drive ZF8 B58 fastest car, or you some that stupid fucking crackhead. Maybe we can find the Instagram video of the crackhead at the gas station.
The new class.
I don't know a single.
I don't know much
about
it. I know that they've already made prototypes.
It's not horrible, but it's pretty fucking ugly.
I'd say it's ugly. It's too hyper modern. I think they're going
too futuristic.
I'd say dystopian almost. I don't like it. I like the kidney grills. They're a callback to original BMWs. The slim front kidney grills. They completely ditched the halos, which
the headlights are terrible. They're what are they, lines?
They're just lines now. There's nothing calling back to BMW, the quad headlights. Now it's just lines.
Better than the new Mercedes with the Mercedes logos as the headlights. That's fucking ugly. Yes.
I don't want to see that. I don't like Mercedes as much. I'm always a BMW guy, and I will always be a BMW guy. Now, that being said, the new class, electric cars are just, at the moment, they are pretty groundbreaking. China's doing 2,000 horsepower SUVs with just electric motors.
Wow.
Electric cars, like it or not, they're probably the future. We can still get gas cars, which moves it immediately up from F to me. I don't think this car is going to be an F. We haven't seen it. Nobody's really driven them. So I guess we can't give driving experience.
And it's really hard to base it off a render. When the G90 M5 came out, everyone was like, it's so fucking ugly. It's terrible. I hate it. But that was the render. Once you finally see actual pictures of it or see one in person, it really changes your whole perspective on the car. When it's a physical model and not just some AI render on the screen, it's different. It's definitely different. So we'll have to see when it comes out.
Our actual production models that we see on the road will probably look different.
Hopefully better.
Hopefully they won't be as ugly. Maybe they'll bring back the halos. Probably not. They seem pretty set on getting rid of the halos, which is unfortunate. I don't think the new class deserves an F. We don't know enough about it to just straight up hate on it. But at the moment, I think it's a D. We still get internal combustion engines, which is a huge win.
Huge win.
I don't know what engines will be available in it.
B58.
Probably another generation of the B58.
Or maybe we'll get a new straight six
maybe
turbo.
A new straight six. If they ever get rid of straight sixes in favor of Vs, I will stop being a BMW fanboy for the rest of my life.
Unless it's another NAV8.
We'll never get an NAV8 again.
Maybe,
I'll tell you that right now.
Never say never. Never say never.
I think the new class deserves a D. I'm not going to put any higher or lower because I don't know much about it, but I think a D would be fair.
Yeah, looks-wise, though, it's pretty ugly.
And that's our tier list. Yeah, this is from a couple dudes sitting in front of a broken car, so take that how you will. At the end of the day, this is all subjective. This is our non-M3 series tier list, though, and I think...
Some people might rank cars higher, some people might rank them lower. Obviously, we're definitely biased towards the cars that we own. We have the most experience with them. Obviously, we're more biased because we like them, we own the cars. We're going to be like, hey, these ones are better.
At the end of the day, I would say a lot of people might agree. A lot of people might hate us and want our heads off. And, if you do, let us know. But if you like seeing stuff like this, I don't know, do all that YouTube stuff maybe, so I can make more.
Make more.
I want to do this more. I think this was a lot of fun. I think we have a pretty comprehensive list here of what sucks and what doesn't.
What sucks and what doesn't. That's right.
And I'd like to do another one, maybe 5 series, maybe 7 series. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, if you like this, do the YouTube stuff. If you don't, tell us you hate us and want us to die.
Or if you're more into short form stuff, we haven't really locked down the short form game yet.
Yeah,
our
we can't
Instagram
seem to,
videos.
we can't seem to make a video shorter than 3 minutes on Instagram.
But if you do like more short form stuff, follow us on Instagram at Sizzle Media. We'll put that in the description and at
Broken Motor Work. It'll be in the YouTube description. Both of us. And yeah, goodbye.
We'll see you in the next one.